A fit mind, a calm body, and a house full of love takes work. If you have to lose weight in the next 7 days because you got a wedding, summer's coming up, whatever the case may be, you are in the right place. And as I was saying that, the thing that comes up to my mind is it's always like, why not? Why not? Why wouldn't you try to look, feel, and be your best? What's the other option? To just be mediocre? Because that takes work too, no? I feel like when you're mediocre, you just have this mental battle within yourself that it's might as well just put a little more effort into getting better, improving yourself. So long story short, I'm always the proponent. I'm always on the side of, damn, it's fun to improve yourself and become the best version of yourself. Why? Because you're doing it for the people around you, for humanity, for yourself, for your woman. It just freaking feels good, man. So anyways, here's a guide. Right? Who's this video for? You need to look your sexiest in the next 7 days. Whether you have a wedding, a photo shoot, whatever the case may be. You got a big date coming up? Cool. Well, this is for you. Summer's right around the corner. This is also for you. You want to look sexy in your bikini, in your two-piece, in your, what is that thing called? Your Speedo. I don't know anyone who rocks Speedos, but if you do, hey, you're going to have to look sexy in it too, right? If you've been overweight, and if being overweight has been an issue for you in the past, well, this video is for you. If you're sick and tired of being sick and tired, okay, this is for you too. And if you just want to be the best damn version of yourself because you know it's your God-given dream, talent, mission, gift to be the best version of yourself for the world, then you are in the right place. Let's get it. All right, well, why listen to me? In the past, I was a fitness trainer for 2 years. I worked at Equinox, and then I went off on my own to become a personal trainer in New York City. And I have a lot of experience in the fitness world. I've been around the gym for roughly 15 years now, and I've been struggling with diet and how to maintain effortlessly a solid physique for all of my life. Mostly in the last 15 years, I've struggled. I've struggled so much. And I don't know what it was, but in the last year, something just clicked. It just clicked. Like health, fitness, building muscle, it just feels so effortless now that all I have to do is show up. And if you want it to feel effortless for you as well, you are in the right place. You got the right person. I'm here to help you out. This picture in the middle is me a year ago. Oh, look. Hey, me. A year ago. Look at me. Very frail, I would say. I got no shoulders. I would say this is one of the unhealthiest I've been. I had just finished playing poker for many years and honestly was just really spiritually lost. But to keep this short, this is me now. I'm 33 years old and I'm in the best shape of my life. And what I've done is basically I've encapsulated all of my learnings about diet, fitness, training in the last 15 years. And I've just made it so easy for myself. And when I do that for myself, I make it very easy for you. And what will you get from this video? You will get a step-by-step guide on how to lose the most weight, but what you're really going to lose and be happy with is fat loss, right? The weight, it's not, it's not about the weight. It's about the fat. That's what's really making you feel, uncomfortable in your skin at the moment. It's because you have extra fat, and we all do, right? That's what we need for survival. And it's going to happen in 7 days. You'll also get a healthier perspective on diet and life itself. You also learn how to continuously lose fat whilst gaining muscle. And you get a nice little bonus at the end if you stick around. All right, so how does losing weight work? I find that so many people really don't understand what weight is. Weight is just what you see when you look on the scale. You step on the scale and you see weight. It doesn't factor in water retention. It doesn't factor in how much muscle you have. It doesn't factor in how much fat you have. It doesn't factor in your bone density, your bone mass. It doesn't factor in all of these things. And when I step on the scale, especially a BMI scale, it shows me that I'm drastically overweight in terms of body mass index, right? And that's the farthest thing from the truth. Anyways, what will you get out of this? In phase 1, the weight you will lose is going to be just water, because you're going to have water leaving your muscles. Now, how do you do this? You eliminate the excess salt. When you have a lot of salt in your body, it's going to retain water in your muscles, and essentially it's what makes people's faces look so chubby, and it's just like, what is it called, bloated? Yeah, when your face just looks like it has excess. You don't want that, right? You want to look sexy. You don't want that on your face. Phase 2, the weight you will lose, the weight will be from excess fat that you will have stored in your body, in your muscles, all over. And how do you get there? You will do this by tapping into ketosis. Ketosis is basically when your body shifts into using fat storages around your body, mostly your stomach, for energy. And in phase 3, you will be less worried about the scale, what it says on the scale, and you will gauge your progress on how you look in the mirror and how you feel. That's much more important than what the actual scale looks like. I find that throughout this whole journey that I've been on, I've never really looked at the scale. And I find that most people obsess over the scale, because when you look at the scale, it's like something mental in your head. But when you just feel good, you move good, you look at yourself in the mirror and you're happy with the progress, what's better than that, right? And in the last phase, you'll be very happy with what you see in the mirror. Okay, how do we get there? And this is something you can't shortcut. You're gonna have to make healthier choices. And let's start with the what. What to remove. You want to remove salt, right? This is what's going to keep you from, or this is when you have salt, it's going to hold more water and you're going to look, you're going to have that extra bloat on your face. Sugar and candy, trash. It's a no-brainer, right? Dessert, soda, pop, any sugary drink. Croissants. I love croissants. It's like one of my favorite things ever. But if you're going to want to lose fat and weight, you're going to have to give up the croissants. Pastries, anything packaged. This is a big one. Cooking and vegetable oils. I feel like most people don't even know how bad this is for them, but this is horrible. One of the worst things ever. And at the time, I would just remove dairy, cheese, and milk from your diet overall, because that is straight trash as well. You can look at it from a standpoint of, all right, I'm going to do this for 7 days so that I can look, much better. Cool. But what happens after the 7 days? This is why healthier choices overall and looking at your life as a holistic, bigger picture view of continuously making good choices is going to be the best thing for you. So once you remove these things, and at some stage of my life, I was eating a lot of this stuff. And if you are eating a lot of this stuff, you're going to have a big void in it. And now you're going to have to replace it with something, right? Your stomach is empty. I would replace it with fish, salmon, tuna, eggs. I eat a lot of eggs. Meat, avocado, extra virgin olive oils, vegetables, and fruit. Generally, if you don't have to cook the vegetables, if you don't cook the vegetables, you're going to keep a lot of the nutrients in the vegetables, right? In this list in the middle, it's just whole foods that come naturally from Mother Earth. Not this processed garbage on the left that's basically made by, big companies, basically trying to zap your potential in life and sell you shit that's bad for you. Fuck them. All right? Okay, so why? The thing is, when you substitute all of this stuff on the left for the stuff in the middle, you get this right here. You get a ton of micro and macro nutrients. And what this does for your body is just absolutely just insane. Like, look. This is what it does. You go from looking like this frail guy in the middle to this in less than a year, right? I didn't even change anything. My training has not really changed too much. I've pushed myself a little more in the gym, but truly, it's just about diet and sleep. And the more trash food that you put into your body, the worse your diet is going to be and the worse your sleep is, right? It's very simple. And what will happen when you start eating these foods in the middle? Your body will naturally not crave food because it will be sufficiently satiated. And how does that happen? Well, there's this hunger hormone called ghrelin. When you eat sugary things, they're empty. They don't have any micro or macronutrients inside of them, right? So you eat a croissant. What is it made out of? It's made out of butter. It's made out of gluten. It's made out of carbs. It's made out of eggs, flour, and some yeast. Like, what nutrition is in there? None. So how could you possibly feel like you're full? You're basically putting something inside your body to kick the hunger down the road, essentially. And what's going to happen is ghrelin is the hunger hormone that makes you feel so hungry. It's the growl in your stomach. And when you eat these foods in the middle, you're basically not going to feel hungry. It's as simple as that, right? When your body has what it needs, you're not going to be hungry. And you're not going to be thinking about food. And you could be using that time and energy for, the greater things in life, right? Whatever that is for you. The other thing, whenever there is insulin in your body, there's going to be fat being stored. And where does insulin come from? Insulin comes from when you have too much sugar in your bloodstream, that your body has to produce insulin to lower it down. That's how destructive sugar is. It's basically, if you can imagine your body like a car and there's sludge in it. Well, that's all these things on the left. This is what's causing sludge. But when you remove these things, you get a clean engine. You get a clean running car. Perfect. And that is why you don't want any insulin in your blood. All right. To burn fat indefinitely. One of the best things about this method that I'm going to teach you is that you get to enjoy life. I used to be just like always so fixated and like watching what I eat and all of this. But in reality now, I eat whatever I want. I can eat whatever I want. I get to enjoy life. But it's also very easy to switch it back where I know how to get back on track so that I don't feel guilty, right? It's like your body just wants to come to a place of equilibrium. That's where the peace comes from, right? So when you go too far on one side, which is like, eating fast food every single day or too far on the other side, which is basically counting calories, you're going to feel some type of neuroticism, right? And who wants that, right? Who wants this life where you have to track every calorie just so that you can look in the mirror and be like, oh yeah, I have 8% body fat. No one actually cares. What you care about and what I care about is feeling good in your body, accepting who you are, letting the world just get this beautiful, loving person. That's what we're aiming for, right? And it comes from a balance. So in order to burn fat indefinitely, you're going to want to know what ketosis is. And ketosis is basically when your body uses fat, the fat stored around your stomach, as the main energy source. And how do you get there? You get there by fasting, not eating any food. What you can have is green tea, black coffee, and water. And what does fasting do? Well, it dramatically improves your health. It reduces the amount of food you intake. It reduces your insulin level. It's like all things come good from fasting, like nothing bad. You get mental clarity. It's just like fasting is the shit. And what is the goal? The goal is to reduce insulin, right? Because if there's any insulin in your body, in your bloodstream, you're going to be storing fat. You're not going to be tapping into fat, which is what we want to do. We want to tap into the fat so we can get it out, use it as energy, and carry on and look sexy, you know? And where does insulin come from? The spike from insulin comes from carbs and sugar, right? So that's where we're at. Day one. All right, day one. You wake up. You might be feeling hungry at this point. I remember when I was so fixated on food and actually just thinking about my grandmother, when she wakes up, it's like within 30 minutes, she wants food. And if she doesn't get food, she thinks she's going to die, basically. That's what most humans feel like. And it's kind of crazy to think that. I mean, I guess it's really not, because most people are overweight. Most people are, overweight, or most of the world is obese. That's a huge problem. And it comes from food, right? Because you're never going to be able to outwork a bad, shitty diet. And what you can do to alleviate that is by fasting. So the first day, I want you to take a picture of yourself in the mirror, right? That's where you start. That's where you're going to start. And if you get hungry, have a black coffee. What your goal is not to eat until 10 a.m. It's not that difficult. 10 a.m. is your goal point. If you wake up at 5 or 6 a.m., it's only 4 hours, right? And what that does is it gives yourself a big window from the time of your last meal to, say, 10 o'clock, which will be somewhere between 14 and 16 hours of just letting your body heal itself. And if you don't work out, Jelly, just take a 20, 30-minute walk. If you do work out, just carry on as if nothing has changed. Day 2, wake up. And if you're hungry again, just drink a black coffee. The next goal is to not eat until 11 a.m. And the same thing, if you don't work out daily, take a long walk. If you work out, just carry on as if nothing happened. Day 3, your body and mind should start getting adjusted to not having food immediately when you wake up. Most of the that feeling of hunger comes from ghrelin. And because our minds and our bodies are so brilliant, it will adjust pretty quickly, and it will start using the fat storages for energy. So when you have that urge to eat or your stomach growls, it's not that you're actually hungry. It's because your body is just in a habit of eating, right? And that's the biggest distinction between being hungry and understanding that it's just what your brain and your body does to tell you to eat. It's a very big difference, right? And the moment you start to have that and you click inside your mind and you're like, oh, it's okay to be hungry, right? It's fine to growl sometimes. And I mean, it's fine for your stomach to growl sometimes. It's not that big of a deal. You're not going to die. It's just ghrelin. And now you can probably push your window of black coffee to 10, 11 a.m. The goal is to have your first meal at noon. And whenever you work out, it could be in the morning or throughout the day, increase your intensity by 10%. If you're walking, walk faster. If you're on a treadmill, crank up the incline. If you're lifting weights, lift heavier weights. It's okay to grunt. When I go to the gym, I grunt my ass off. And most people are looking at me. Maybe they're not looking at me. But I don't know. I don't care. What I care about is pushing myself to the absolute limit. And it's actually weird that people aren't grunting as much because I feel like I grunt really loud so that I can encourage other people to grunt too. And it's just like, I want you to push yourself. All right, day 4. All right, at this point, you should easily be able to have your first meal at noon now without the black coffee. Your mind should get adjusted to it, but if you do need to drink black coffee, just drink it. Of course, I have a little typo here. And then increase your workout intensity by 20%. Push a little harder. All right, day 5. You wake up. Fasting should be very, very easily now, right? If you want to push your fast later, and you can make it to 2, 3, 4 p.m., you might just need a second black coffee or tea, right? Or you can just do it naturally. I've done this so many times. I've fasted with just water. Wow. I don't even use coffee anymore to fast. I just fast with water. And I've done it up to 40, 50 hours. I've done multiple day fasts in a week too. It's just really good for you, fasting. All right, day 6, black coffee, train hard as fuck, and this is the day to have just one meal. And make it big. I eat one meal a day, and it's helped me dramatically with weight reduction, fat loss, with staying mentally focused throughout the day. And I still get to train really hard. And when you get to that meal, it's so delicious, and you just savor it. Oh gosh. Anyways, day 7, take a progress pic and smile, right? Have a black coffee, train hard as fuck again. Eat your one meal of the day around 3 or 4 p.m. And hell, if you want to continue your fast, go for 24, 40 hours and carry on. I believe I did a 20-day juice fast where I had nothing but juice. And I've done so many, many 16-hour fasts, but many 24, 40 hours, and 50-hour fasts, like a lot. And I do it regularly. And it just, what I've learned about food is that, especially the shit food, it has your mind just thinking like these negative, crazy thoughts, and it could be from all the shit that's in it. What you want to achieve is a fit body, a calm mind, and a house full of love. And where does that come from? It comes from a clean vessel. It comes from when you have a clean vessel without all of this stuff that's in it, like in the first world countries and you just, the vessel. Love just flows through you. And it's just really a beautiful experience. And I want that for you, right? So if this helps you to look at fasting in a different light, perfect. All right. This is the bonus. If you've made it this far, congratulate yourself. You have a 25-minute attention span. That's great. Most people don't. And for the first 10 people to book a free call, I will help you on your fitness and fat loss journey, because I just love helping people. Like, I truly just want to see the best version of you, and the more people that I can help that's it. It's just gonna make me a better person, and I just want to help more people. So what's next? Book your free call. If you want help, book your free call. If you like videos like this, if you like my personality and sometimes my jokes, subscribe to the channel for more videos. And if you are interested and if you're about that life and you want to join my free self-improvement community, it will be in the link. It will be in the comments section below. I'm here to help you become the best version of yourself. And if you're about that, well, join the free community. Thanks.